Look at this. Found a picture here from that house. I spoke with the lady earlier who said if I found any pictures, she definitely wants this because these are memories. But I found this right near the tree. My daughter.
You're so welcome. I'm so glad I was able to find a picture for you, Matt.
Thank you so much.
This is a special presentation from the Arkansas Storm Team, continuing coverage of Arkansas's tornado recovery.
Governor Mike Beebe issuing a state disaster declaration for counties hit hard by Sunday's deadly storm. We have learned there have been 14 confirmed deaths, 10 in Faulkner County, 3 in Pulaski, and 1 in White County. Conway Regional Medical Center treating 100 people with tornado-related injuries. Entergy now reporting over 9,000 customers without power. Good news, that number seems to be going down, which is great. And over 100 National Guardsmen are being deployed or have been deployed to help out. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Bob Clausen. The natural state taking the brunt of Mother Nature's fury overnight. And we have coverage all across the heart of central Arkansas where many areas have been hit and they have been hit very hard. The Arkansas Storm Team is bringing you team coverage with Kevin Kelly live in Vilonia. Donna Terrell, she is live in Mayflower. First, we'd head out to Kevin out there in Vilonia. Kevin, I know that place is just recovering from one after another of these blows like this, but you get your head around the devastation that you see, and it's difficult. But you see people there and they say, you know what, they're not going to give up. They're going to roll up their sleeves and go to work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bob. As I mentioned in the previous report, I tell you what, the spirits may be down, and everyone here is struggling and extremely sad, especially when you consider 10 people were killed here. But they're confident that this city will rebound and come out bigger and better. I want to show you the devastation behind me here. This is just one small example of the destruction here. This is a small neighborhood just off of Highway 64 on Rocky Point Road. There were about 10 to 13 homes here, and I only see 2 that are, well, I guess you could call it, they resemble homes. What's left of them. Everything else is just one gigantic debris field. I mean, there's metal everywhere. There's personal belongings strewn everywhere, insulation everywhere. One of the people that we talked to earlier was a gentleman by the name of Richard Lynch. He just moved here a couple of years ago and was in the process of building this massive home just off to my right here. But last night, he, his wife, and their 4 daughters heard those sirens, and they immediately took shelter inside a storm shelter. And joining me now are 2 of his daughters. I'm joined by 15-year-old Logan and 6-year-old Lighton. I know this is extremely difficult, but kind of tell me, what was it like last night when you heard the sirens and you knew exactly what to do? What was it like in that storm shelter?
Well, we heard a lot of glass breakage and a lot of walls falling on top of the storm cellar and shelter and stuff, but it was terrifying. And
then when you came outside, what did you see?
My mom's car was gone, and all the walls were down, windows, every single window was broken, and our house was just destroyed.
But the 2 of you, you're both beautiful little angels, and you're doing well, so I'm happy to hear that. Hey, Bob, you heard the young girl mention her mom's car. I want Ben, my photographer, to zoom in. It was parked in the driveway where you see a green truck, but if you look off in the distance, you'll see what looks like a white minivan. That's about 200 yards away. So that car was completely blown away. But to give you a better idea as to just how widespread this damage is, I want to show you the damage from above. This massive storm came barreling through. We should have some aerial footage of just how widespread this damage is. Reports are coming in that says this tornado was anywhere from a half a mile to a mile wide long and stretched for about 80 miles long. I'm in one part of Vilonia, but if you head over to Main Street, which is about 4 or 5 miles behind me, Main Street is pretty much gone. So this is the scene here in Vilonia. It's not pretty, but everyone is doing the best they can to get through this. So it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long week, and maybe even longer than that. Reporting live in Vilonia, Bob, we'll head it back to you in the studio.
All right, Dave. Kevin, thank you very much. Also covering the situation downtown Vilonia, David Goins, where a once thriving Main Street, as Kevin just mentioned, looks more like a disaster area there. David?
Just a few miles, Bob, from where Kevin's at right now, and the destruction obviously quite evident. We're going to show you East 64 right now in Bologna, and you're kind of looking, across Highway 64 here at really, cleanup process. As soon as day broke and folks started cleaning up their belongings. That process started. I can tell you a little further from even where you're seeing right now, beyond those backhoes and tractors, so forth. There's a residential neighborhood that took substantial damage and loss of life. Of the more than 10 fatalities in Faulkner County, 8 at least are in Bologna and in that neighborhood, including kind of where Kevin was at earlier at that elementary school, a staging area. 2 youngsters, siblings, told 3rd and 1st grade by employees there at the school were lost. So clearly devastating for this city. What we have seen is at this point, a few fires from folks burning stuff off. Nothing unusual or out of control about that, but it does stand out in such a starkly open landscape. But for the most part, it's folks just cleaning up because there's not a whole lot else they can do at this point. Now, keep in mind, if you live in the city of Bologna, there is a curfew that starts in just under 2 hours at 7 o'clock. It does run for 12 hours until 7 a.m. tomorrow. If you do not live in Bologna, 7 o'clock is your time to be out of the city of Bologna. So that is in effect tonight. Unclear how long or how many days that will last, but it does start tonight. For now, we are live. Yep, for now, we are live in Bologna. David Goins, back to you.
All right, David, thank you very much. And still to come, our eye in the sky as we take yet another look down at the damage a possible tornado just cut loose on central Arkansas.
And fortunately for us, the severe weather threat has shifted away into Mississippi and Alabama this evening, but we are tracking a few showers, nothing strong here, moving towards Arkansas. I'll show you when you can expect a little bit of rainfall coming up in your forecast next.